the other labor, bricklayer, carpenter, electrician, iron worker, and you average them all out, the average hourly worker in the state of Connecticut makes 45%, if you average them all together, 45% higher than what the national average hourly rate by the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows. So Connecticut seems to be paying much higher wages than the national average.
Mr. Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Paul, it's no secret. I'm a big supporter of prevailing wage. And I'm a supporter because workers who get prevailing wage they work hard, they have families to support, they have just like you, they have kids to educate. We are not, our thresholds are not anywhere outrageous. As I said to the previous speaker, Rhode Island, anything over $2,000 pays prevailing wage. The interesting thing that nobody is mentioning is that these projects that are mandated by federal law to pay prevailing wage have state dollars or federal dollars involved. It isn't like your town is paying for it completely. Taxpayer dollars, Connecticut taxpayer dollars, are going into the projects to pay these folks prevailing wage. Federal dollars are going into these projects. We're having this hearing because there's a big interest in prevailing wage. I am not a supporter of changing prevailing wage. And but I'm willing to listen to hear what your points are. But I just want you to remember that it's only those projects that have public money in them. So, thank you.
Can I
Yes,
just reply
absolutely.
to what you said, Senator?
Yes.
Well, I'm not arguing that the folks that are getting a wage at prevailing wage are no less or no more than anybody else. They all have families, but on the other side of the coin, ma'am, you also have the person who does not, the small businesses in Litchfield or in the surrounding area who also have families to raise and kids to send to school, who are also trying to earn money, and they're in it to make money. So they're suffering because of the prevailing wage, the prevailing wage. And the only other comment I say to you, ma'am, with all due respect, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not trying to be curt in any way or disrespectful. But you talk about federal dollars, you talk about town dollars, you talk about state dollars. Ma'am, I just want to remind you, it all comes from the same pocket. It all comes out of my pocket and everybody else's pocket, including yours. You pay federal taxes, you pay state taxes, you pay town municipal taxes. You might even pay a tax for your fire companies. But ma'am, it all comes out of the same pocket. So to differentiate where you're saying $2,000 is the limit for the federal, I think the federal should be increased dramatically. And to say that the state of Rhode Island is $2,000, well, that's an issue in Rhode Island. We're talking about Connecticut, where I've just cited that the differences between what the hourly wages by labor statistics, the average national average, compared to Connecticut. Connecticut's 45% higher, ma'am. So that's my response.